book people of the world, it is Wednesday. That means it's comic book day. Let me show you what I got. First up is Star Wars Dr. APHRA issue number 7. This is part 3 to the Screaming Citadel storyline. Luke and Han have both been captured by an evil vampire queen. That's the best I can describe her. So it's up to Leia and Sana Starros to save them. Biff to the Future issue number 5. This is the storyline taking place in the alternate Back to the Future world where Biff became a very powerful person. This is filling in the gap about his back history in this alternate universe. In this issue, we find out that Dr. Emmett Brown attempted several times to go into the past to try to prevent Biff from becoming powerful. Several attempts were made, but we do find out ultimately what happens to Dr. Emmett Brown. And if you saw Back to the Future Part 2, you do know his ultimate fate. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Annual issue number 1. In this issue, we have several different mini-stories that are spotlighting different Rangers. And one storyline that's spotlighting Goldar and Scorpina. To be honest, that one was probably the one that I was more interested in all of the other stories. I'd actually like to see more based just on their characters alone. These mini-stories really don't have a lot to do with what's going on in the main storyline in the series, but still I felt like it was a really interesting read. Teen Titans Special issue number 1. This is the conclusion to the Lazarus Contract. Overall, the storyline was okay. It was nothing too special. I was hoping for a lot more. Deathstroke had his whole daddy issues thing again, which he's always had them, but I guess they needed to bring it back up to the surface. And now he hates the Titans and Teen Titans even more because they thwarted his plans to try to save his son that died. THANOS issue number 7. Poor THANOS, and that's something I thought I would never say. He was totally smacked down by his son Thane. That's because Thane got the Phoenix Force, and with the Phoenix Force, he was able to take away all of Thanos' abilities and maroon him on the ruins of Titan. And even though Thanos is a pretty horrible person, it still is kind of sad seeing him in this state. But we all know that that's not the end of this series, and there's something else that's going to be happening, probably in the next issue or so. The Flash, issue number 23, The Color of Fear, part 1. Barry is still reeling from the previous storyline in The Button, but it's also his birthday, so Hal Jordan comes down to wish him happy birthday. However, there's going to be a lot more to this, especially being that the Reverse Flash is going to play a major part in this story. And it's the real Reverse Flash, Eobard Thawne, which is something I'm really happy about because in the previous storyline, I didn't really like how they treated his character. Trinity Annual issue number 1. This story is focusing a lot on Jason Blood, also known as Etrigan the Demon, and also Ra's al Ghul and Cersei, because we have to have some sort of magical aspect into it too. This is a good one-off issue, but it still does lead into the ongoing series. The whole theme of Trinity is a big thing that's reoccurring in the series, and this is reinforcing it at the end of this issue as well. Cable issue number 1, Conquest part 1. This is a fairly good first issue for Cable. I'm a huge fan of his character. They're making sure to keep in the whole timey-wimey aspect with it, with him time-hopping between different eras. He goes to the Old West in the 1800s, and he also goes to Japan in the 1500s. So I am liking this story, and I feel like it's pretty interesting to continue on. Finally, I got Wonder Woman Annual issue number 1. This is an annual issue, so it's not really a part of the main storyline, but it does have several different mini-stories that are taking place in Wonder Woman's first year of coming to man's world. Or at least kind of sort of something like that. It even has her first meeting with both Superman and Batman. But what I thought was really cool, in the last storyline, she's taken on a giant kaiju monster. Although she finds a very peaceful way to remedy the entire situation with that monster. Each story had a different artist and writer, but each one of them was still very interesting to read. So I personally thought it was a pretty good issue. But that's it, that's my comic load for this week. What'd you guys get? Leave comments down below and let me know. So thank you guys for watching me in this video. Be sure to check out my Patreon site when you get a chance. Check out my website, my social media sites, and everything else out there. Peace, love, namaste, and I'll see you guys later. Peace. You're probably asking, why am I wearing this costume? Well, if you're part of my Patreon site and part of the highest tiers, which are called the Cosmic Enforcers, you're entered into a raffle to give a costume away once a month. Next month, for the month of June that is, this is going to be the costume given away. So, just thought I'd let you guys know.